Sai Satcharitra, chapter 33 Greatness of Udi. In the last chapter, we described the greatness of the Guru. Now, in this, we will describe the greatness of Udi. However, both are interlinked. The greatness of Udi is due to the spiritual grandeur of Baba. Preliminary. Let us now bow before the great saints. Their merciful glances will destroy mountains of sins and do away with all the blemishes of our character. Their talk gives us good teachings and confers on us invaluable happiness. Their minds do not know any difference, such as this is ours and that is yours. Such differentiation never arises in their minds. Their debts, that is, obligations, will never be repaid by us in this birth, as well as in my future births. Udi. It is well known that Baba took dakshina from all, and out of the amounts thus collected, he spent on charity and purchased fuel. This fuel he put in the duni, the sacred fire, which he kept ever burning. The ash from this fire was called Udi, and it was freely distributed to the devotees at the time of their departure from Shirdi. What did Baba teach by this Udi? Baba taught by this Udi that all our visible phenomena in the universe are as transient as the ash. Our bodies, composed of matter of five elements, will fall down. After all, their enjoyments are over and be reduced to ashes. In order to remind the devotees of the fact that their bodies will be reduced to ashes, Baba distributed Udi to them. Baba also taught by the Udi that Brahma is the only reality and the universe is ephemeral, and that no one in this world, be he a son, father, or wife, is really ours. We come here, that is, in this world, alone, and we have to go from here alone. It was been found that the Udi cured many physical and mental maladies, but Baba wanted to repeat into the devotees' ear the principles of discrimination between the unreal and the real. He taught non attachment for the unreal by his Udi and Dakshina. The former, that is Udi, taught us discrimination, and the latter, that is Dakshina, taught us non attachment. Unless we have these two things, it is not possible for us to cross over the sea of mundane existence. So Baba asked for Dakshina, and while the devotees took leave, he gave Udi as prasad. We smeared some of it on their foreheads and placed his boon conferring hand on them. When Baba was in a cheerful mood, he used to sing merrily. One such song was about Udi. The meaning of this song was, O playful Ram, come, come, and bring with you sacks of Udi. Baba used to sing in very clear and tender tones. So, besides the spiritual implication of Udi, it had also its material significance. It conferred health, prosperity, freedom from anxiety, and many other worldly gains. So, the Udi has helped us to gain both our ends, material as well as spiritual. We shall now begin with the stories about the Udi. Scorpion Sting. Narayan Moti Ram, Jani of Nasik, was a devotee of Baba. He was serving under another devotee of Baba by name Ramachandra Vaman Modak. Once he went to Shirdi with his mother and saw Baba. Then Baba himself told her that her son should start independent business. Some days after this prophecy turned true, Narayan Jani left service and started a boarding house, Anand Ashram, which thrived well. Once a friend of this Narayan Rao was stung by a scorpion, and the pain caused by it was severe and unbearable. Udi is most efficacious in such cases. It is to be applied on the point of pain, and so Narayan Rao searched for it but found none. Then he stood before Baba's picture and invoked Baba's aid. chanted Baba's name, and taking out a pinch of the ashes of the joss stick, burning in front of Baba's picture, and thinking it as Baba's Udi, applied it on the seat of pain and the sting. As soon as he moved his fingers, the pain vanished, and both the persons were moved and felt delighted. Bubonic plague case. Once a devotee in Bandra came to know that his daughter, who was staying in another place, was down with bubonic plague. He had no Udi with him, so he sent word to Nana Sahib Chandorkar to send the same. Nana Sahib got this message and wrote Tana railway station. When he was traveling with his wife to Kalyan, he had no Udi with him then. He therefore took up some dust from the road, meditated upon Sai Baba, invoked his aid, and applied it to his wife's forehead. The devotee was very glad to learn that his daughter, who was suffering from for 3 days, began to improve from the very moment Nana Sahib invoked Baba's aid near the Tana railway station. The Jamner miracle. In the year 1904 to 1905, Nana Sahib Chandorkar was Mamlatdar at Jamner in the Kandesh district, which is more than 100 miles from Shirdi. His daughter uh, Mainati, Mainatai was pregnant and was due to deliver. Her case was very serious and she was suffering from labor pains for last 2 or 3 days. Nana Sahib tried all remedies but in vain. He then remembered Baba and invoked his aid. There in Shirdi, one Ram Girbua, whom Baba called Bapu Girbua, was leaving for his native place in Kandesh. Baba called him and told him to stop at Jamner on his way home and give the Udi and Arti to Nana Sahib. Ramgir Bua said that he had only 2 rupees with him, and this amount was barely sufficient for the railway fare up to Jalgaon, and it was not possible for him to go from Jalgaon to Jamner, a distance of about 30 miles. Baba assured him that he need not care, as everything would be provided for. Then Baba asked Shama to write a well-known arti composed by Adkar. That is, the arti and translation of this is given at the end of the work, and gave a copy of it with Udi to Ramgir Bua to be delivered to the Nana Sahib. Then, relying on Baba's words, Ramgir Bua left Shirdi and reached Jalgaon with about 2:45 a.m. He had only two annas left with him, and he was in a plight. To his great relief, he heard somebody calling out, "Who is Bapu Gir Bua of Shirdi?" He went to him and told him that he was Bapu Gir Bua. Then this person, professing to be sent by Nana Sahib, took him to an excellent tonga with a good pair of horses, and they both drove it. The Tonga ran fast, and early in the morning they came to a brooklet. The man took the horses for watering them, and he asked Ramgir Bua to partake of some eatables. On seeing the bread, moustache, and the livery of that person, Ramgir Bua suspected him to be a Muslim and was unwilling to take any refreshments from him. But he satisfied Ramgir Bua by saying that he was a Hindu, a Kshatriya of Garhwal, and that Nana Sahib had sent these refreshments and there should be no difficulty in its acceptance. Then both of them took the refreshments and started again. They reached Jamner at dawn. Ramgir Bua alighted to attend a call of nature and returned within a few minutes, but found that there was no tonga and no driver. He was dumbfounded. Then he went to the neighboring kacheri and, on making inquiries, learned that the Mamlatdar was at home. He went to Nana Sahib's house and gave to Nana Sahib Baba's Udi and Arati. At this time, my Tai's case was in the most serious condition, and all were in deep anxiety about her. Nana Sahib called out his wife and asked her to give the udi mixed with water to their uh, daughter to drink. He thought that Baba's help was most opportune. In a few minutes came the news that the delivery was safe and that the crisis had passed away. When Ramgir Bua thanked Nana Sahib for the peon, tonga, and refreshments, etc., the latter was greatly surprised as he had sent none to the station and was not aware of any person coming from Shirdi. Mr. B.V. Dev of Tana, retired Mamlatdar, made inquiries about this matter with Bapurao Chandorkar, son of Nana Sahib, and Ramgir Bua of Shirdi, and after satisfying himself, wrote an elaborate article, part prose and part poetry, in the Sri Sai Leela magazine, volume 13, NOS 11, 12, and 13. B.V. Narsimha Swami has also taken down the statements of one, that is Mainatai, number 5, page 14, and 2, Bapu Sahib Chandorkar, and number 20, page 50, and Ramgir Bua, that is number 27, page 83. Dated 1st June 1936, 16th September 1936, and 1st December 1936, respectively, and published them in his Devotees' Experiences Part 3. The following is quoted from Ramgir Bua's statement. One day, Baba called me to him and gave me a packet of udi and a copy of Baba's Aarti. I had to go to Kandesh at that time. Baba directed me to go to Jamner and told me to deliver the Aarti and udi to Nana Sahib Chandorkar at Jamner. I said to Baba that all I had was rupees 2 and asked him how that could take me by train from Kopargaon to Jalagaon and next from Jalgaon to Jamner. Baba said, God will give. That was a Friday and I started at once. I reached Manmad at 7:30 p.m. and Jalgaon at 2:45 a.m. At this time, plague regulations were in force, and I had much trouble. I was to discover what I should do to get to Jamner. At about 3 a.m., a peon in boots, turban, and equipped with other details of good dress came to me and took me to a tonga and drove me on. On the way at Baghur, I took refreshments. We reached Jamner early in the morning, and by time I attended Call of Nature, the tonga and its driver had disappeared. Page 83. Narayan Rao. Bhakta Narayan Rao, that is father's name and surname are not given, had the good fortune to see Baba twice during the latter's lifetime. 3 years ago, the passing away of Baba in 1918, he wanted to come to Shirdi but could not. Within a year of Baba's Mahasamadhi, he felt sick and suffered much. All possible remedies gave him no relief. So he meditated on Baba day and night. One night he had a vision. Baba came through a cellar, comforted him, saying, Don't be anxious. You will be improving from tomorrow, and within a week you will be on your legs. Narayan Rao got perfectly well within the time indicated in the vision. Now, the point for consideration is this: was Baba living because he had the body, or was he dead because he left it? No, Baba is ever alive for he transcends both life and death. He who loved him wholeheartedly gets response from him at any time and at any place. He is always by our side and will take any form, appear before the devout Bhakta and satisfy him. Appa Sahib Kulkarni. In 1917, Appa Sahib Kulkarni was transferred to Thana and began to worship Baba's picture presented to him by Bala Saheb Bhati. In real earnest, he did the worship. He offered flowers, sandal paste, and Naivedya daily to Baba in the picture and longed intently to see him. In this connection, it may be remarked that seeing Baba's picture earnestly is equivalent to seeing him in person. The following story illustrates the statement. Bala Bua Sutar. A saint of Mumbai named Bal Bua Sutar, who on account of his pity, devotion and style was called modern Tukaram, came to Shirdi for the first time in 1917. When he bowed before Baba, the latter said, I have known this man for 4 years. Balabua wondered and thought, how could that be? As that was his first time in Shirdi. But thinking about it seriously, he recollected that he had prostrated himself 4 years ago before Baba's portrait at Mumbai and was convinced about the significance of Baba's words. He said to himself, how omniscient and all pervading are the saints and how kind are they to their devotees. I merely bowed to his photo, but this fact was noticed by Baba, and in due time he made me realize that seeing his photo is equivalent to seeing him in person. Now we return to Appa Sahib's story. While he was in Tana, he had to go on tour to Bhiwandi and was expected to return after a week. In his absence, the following wonderful thing took place on the third day. At noon, a fakir turned up at Appa Sahib's house. His features resembled exactly those of Baba's photo. Mrs. Kulkarni and the children all asked him whether he was Sai Baba of Shirdi. He said no, but that he was an obedient servant of his and came there at his order to inquire after the well being of the family. Then he asked for dakshina. The lady gave him a rupee. He gave her a small packet of udi and asked her to keep this in the shrine. Then he left the house and went away. Now, hear the wonderful Leela of Sai. Appa Sahib could not proceed with his tour as his horse fell sick at Bhiwandi. He returned home that afternoon and learnt from his wife about Fakir's visit. He got very restless as he did not have the darshan of the Fakir. Moreover, he did not like that only 1 rupee was paid to him as dakshina. He said that he being present, he would have paid not less than 10 rupees. Then he immediately started in quest of the fakir and searched for him in the masjid and other places without taking any food. His search was in vain. He then returned home and took his food. The readers may remember here Baba's dictum in the chapter 32 that God's quest should not be made on an empty belly. Then, after meals, he went out for a walk with a friend. Mr. Chitre, after going some distance, they saw a man approaching them rapidly. Appa Sahib thought that he must be a fakir that came to his house at noon, as his features tallied with those of Baba in the photo. The fakir immediately put forth his hand and asked for dakshina. Appa Sahib gave him a rupee. He demanded again and again, and so Appa Sahib gave him two more. Still he was not satisfied. Then he borrowed rupees 3 from Mr. Chitre and gave them to him. He wanted still more. Appa Sahib asked him to accompany him to his home. Then they all returned home and Appa Sahib gave him 3 rupees in all 9. In all 9, he looked unsatisfied and demanded again. Then Appa Sahib told him that he had a currency note of rupees 10. The fakir asked for the same, took it and returned the 9 rupees and went away. Appa Sahib had earlier said that he would pay 10 rupees and that sum was taken from him and 9 rupees consecrated by Baba's touch were returned to him. The figure 9 is significant. It denotes the nine types of devotion. That is White chapter 21. It may also be noted here that Baba gave 9 coins to one Lakshmi Bai Shinde at his last moment. Appa Sahib examined the Udi packet and found that it contained some flowers, leaves, and akshata. Then, some time afterwards, he got a hair from Baba. When he saw him at Shirdi, he put the Udi packet and the hair in tabis and wore it always on his arm. Appa Sahib realized the power of the Udi. Though he was very efficient, he got rupees 40 as pay in the beginning, but after he secured Baba's photo and his Udi, he got many times more and also got much power and influence. And along with these temporal benefits, his spiritual progress was also rapid. So those who are fortunate enough to get Baba's Udi should, after bath, apply it on the forehead and take some of it mixed with water as holy tirth. Haribau Karnik. So Haribau Karnik, in 1917, Haribau Karnik of Damu, that is Tana district, came to Shirdi on the Guru Paurnima day, that is in the north of Ashada, and worshipped Baba with all formalities. He offered clothes and dakshina, and after taking Baba's leave, got down the steps of Masjid. Then he thought that he should offer one more rupee to Baba and was just turning to climb up again when Shama signaled him by gesture that as he had got Baba's leave, he should go and not return. So he started for home. On his way, when he went into the temple of Kalaram at Nashik for darshan, the Saint Narsingh Maharaj, who used to sit inside the temple, came to Haribhav, caught him by his wrist, and said, "Give me my 1 rupee." Karnik was surprised. He paid the rupee most willingly and thought that Sai Baba recovered the rupee which he intended in his mind to give. Though Saint Narsingh Maharaj, through Saint Narsingh Maharaj. So this story illustrates the fact that all saints are one, and all illustrates how they work in unison. Bo to Sri Sai, peace be to all.